So we're going to work on our layout that says we're having a good time. And we've got a few things that we need for this one. So I've got the blueprint out. I also have my stencil, zig writer, fan brush, palette knife, palette, water with the dauber, and then my 3 colors. We're going to be using Ice Blue Kiss, Lilac Rose Opal, and Sea Green Kiss. So we're going to pull those out. And one of the first things that we need to do is draw circles. So on this blueprint, if we flip it over, it shows it has 2-inch circles on here in different colored papers. We're getting rid of those and we're using the circle template and the Gilding Polish. So we're going to start by drawing those circles with our zig writer. So let's pull out the fat end. On your template, number 5 is your 2-inch. So you need to have your base built. You should have the bottom portion on and then your 1/4-inch strip. And then we're going to start right at the edge here. Probably about a 1/4 inch from the edge, 1/4 inch from the bottom. Maybe about a 1/2 inch from the bottom, 1/4 inch to the edge. And we're going to do 1. And then I'm going to move up a 1/4 inch. 2. 3. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to draw all the circles so I have them nicely lined up. And I'm just going to use this edge as a reference. Let me move that water. And I keep going. Now you could get all crazy and measure this out, but really there's no need. And same thing. And then I don't really have a circle here. What's happening is, well, we are going to put a circle there. So we're going to make these out a little bit more than my original, just because I gave them a little bit more spacing. And that won't matter. This will give you a edge to work with. So my photo is going to cover up this whole row pretty much. So I'm not going to do that row, but the rest of them, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do my 3 circles. So just set it on there, off center it each time so that you have that 3 circles and it gives those some weight. I'm not going to do this one here. Okay, so then I have 3 circles drawn. They look good, they look even. We're going to go back and do our dotting and dashing, picking up your pen. And honestly, on this side, all of these over are going to be covered up. So just make sure you do a good job on this side of them. But I just like to kind of do them all, just in case I change position of my photo. We're going to do that to every single one besides that second row that I just skipped. That second row is just there so that I keep them all lined up going across. Okay, one more row of the small dots and then we'll start using our thick end of the zig rider. All right, let's turn that over and use the other side. And then we'll do exactly the same thing, just with the thicker dot, giving them a lot more weight. Now you guys can probably hear that. We're at our new house now, and my husband is downstairs changing up some pipes that need to be replaced. They are cast iron, and you shouldn't have cast iron pipes anymore. But that's what happens when you buy a house that's over 50 years old, or almost 50 years old, actually. So I do these pretty fast. I do it fast no matter if it's for the demo or it's for my own layouts. No reason to waste time with this. They're just there for design element and to give these circles more weight. Okay, so that looks good. I'm satisfied. Now we're going to move on to the gilding polish part. So let's move this to the side. You're done with your stencil. You're done with your zig rider, as long as you've done the right-hand side too. I'm only demoing the left, but you should be doing the right-hand side exactly the same way. So I've got my 3 colors of gilding polish out. I'm going to start with the top, which is going to be the Ice Blue Kiss. So I'm going to grab a little bit out. Now you're doing quite a few of them actually. So, you know, make sure you have enough, but you can always mix more. Grab your dauber and your shot glass with water. And we're going to put 2 drops in and see if that's enough. Let's mix it up. Get rid of all the lumps and the chunks, and that should be good. Make sure, like, when you're looking at it and it levels out, you don't see the white of the bottom of the palette, because if you do, you have your material too thin. This little guy right here definitely needs water added. Every time I open, I like to add water. And then set that aside. Let's move our page back in. Let me just make sure you guys can see everything. That's good. So we're going to do the top row here. I'm going to skip this one because you won't see it. So I'm going to load up my fan brush, and I'm only trying to put it in the top row of circles. If it goes over, that's okay. That's part of the look. But don't do these ones. Okay, that looks good. So we're just going to wipe off my fan brush now, and I'm going to mix up the next color, which is the Sea Green Kiss. And repeat the whole process. Ooh, look at that. That's a new Sea Green Kiss. Oh wait, I don't need that much. 2 drops of water. If you do not have the palette and this, you just need to get it. It's a very inexpensive item for using your gilding polish. The palette actually comes with 3 droppers, which is so nice. It's my favorite part of the palette. Okay, and that looks lovely. And now we're going to do our second row. So load up your brush. This is just a really fun way. October, we're showing you how to take the blueprints and replace the paper with the gilding polish. And that looks great. So I'm gonna be done there. Clean off my brush and get ready for our last color. Now in between, you can wash your brush, but for a demo, really don't have that much time. So I'm actually just gonna grab a new fan brush because I don't want it to be glittery. The next one that I'm using is going to be Lilac Rose Opal. So this doesn't have any glitter to it, and I don't want to mix it. I could then make it sparkly, but it's not what I'm looking for. Now with the opals, a lot of times they're a lot thinner, but this one looks like it's getting a bit chunky. So add water. And let's go ahead and add 2 drops. And I actually just stuck my brush in there, so I've got a little bit of glitter, but not enough. And then get all the lumps out. Best you can. And make sure it's runny enough, and that's pretty good. It's a little thick, so I'm just gonna add a dab of water. A little bit goes a long way. And the reason why I don't want it too thick is because I want it to drop. And it will drop in a lot more chunks if it's too thick. And now let's do the same thing. Only doing our bottom row now. This is such a cool way to change out your layout and use your gilding polishes. So that's it. So for this, I'm going to let it set up and dry. For me, I like to let them dry overnight. Again, remember, if it looks dry and you touch it and it feels cold, you need to leave it alone and let it dry more.